Hey everybody, welcome to the Tuesday Night Live. Just hanging out with Ragin over at Short High Ragins over there. He's hanging on his deck, showing off what he's done so far. Just getting high. What do you got going on over there, dude?
Got some lilies. That's the only thing that's coming up so far is lilies. But they've begun.
No, oh, nice.
Everything else is still unplanted.
I got a question for you since you got cats and stuff. How are your cats with the lilies? Are you like, what do you do to try to keep them away from them?
Two-Face ignores them.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. I
And
wondered about
Thumper, he didn't touch them either.
Sweet. Yeah, that was one of the ones on the list of things to watch out for if you have a cat. So that's why I was wondering what you did to prevent it.
A little greenhouse on sale. By Wednesday, we'll be able to bring some plants out.
Oh, that's looking really cool. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. And that's going to probably keep the conditions in there pretty nice. Having close to the door helps.
This one is for hanging baskets now. Next week, we're putting another gazebo in over here.
Are you going to put another one in by the door there?
Yeah, it's going to cover the whole door, cover the whole entrance.
Did you move the other one? Or you take it down? Because I remember that one kind of snapped up. Okay.
This is it here. I just moved it over. Took all the fabric off.
How bad was that? Oh, was it only one pole that was damaged?
No, there was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least half of them were damaged. These are all the poles.
Oh, I see. Well, you guys have good use for them though. You can use it for something.
Oh yeah, they'll be plant stakes.
Yeah, man. I
Still
just
lots of
remember
work to be done.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I remember last year when I was actually there, and I remember that's when the snow already took down part of it, right?
There's lots of work to do yet.
It's looking good though.
But I'll jump down and join the show.
Cheers,
See some gardens.
Cheers.
I'll come back up on after my lights come on.
I hear you, man. Have a good one. I'll see you in chat.
You bet.
Focus. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Have your back when you in trouble.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
What up?
How you doing, dude?
Chilling, buddy. Tuesday, once again.
Yeah, man. What you smoking on?
Smoking on some random purple.
Nice.
Purple sugar water.
Purple sugar water?
Yeah, it's that purple drink.
That's awesome.
But purple weed sucks. So I figured I'd just roll it up and try to plow through it. What are you smoking on?
Right now it's Black Amnesia Haze, which is kind of awesome. And that Short High and Ragin were just up because that's where I got the cut from for.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you going growing up? Dope. And I on the weekend before, because I had to do a couple things before I hopped onto Levels' 420 live there. In passing, I saw some of your garden. It was looking good. I didn't see much of it because I just saw it in glancing, but I saw some of that.
Oh yeah,
That's looking really nice, dude.
Yeah, I knew that Levels was going to have something to say about my leaf material.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't hear anything. I didn't have any sound on. It was kind of just a hover over the live because I was in the middle of one thing before I hopped on there and saw it was like Wesley Pipes in the corner, and I saw like the symmetrical, beautiful garden. I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. So I didn't hear anything, but I just saw what was going on.
Yeah, it had been so long that I forgot like time frame of things. Like I was saying, you were in 28 when I was at day 18 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think they're gonna fill out. I'm not seeing it.
Oh yeah.
And it ended up just filling out perfect. I got the height right on almost everything, and
yeah, it's very well done. We're having 9 different variations in there.
Yeah. Well, it's 5 different kinds, I think. Cookies, garlic, super silver, runts, and grapefruit.
Still playing with seeds though, right? So it's still kind of.
Well, yeah, it's clones, but it was all first.
Oh, it's clones. Sorry,
clones. Yeah, well, they don't make a 15-year-old forum cookie cut seed.
I guess so. My bad. I thought for some reason I thought it was seeds, but now I remember you had the clones. You had them. I remember the conversations at the beginning.
Yeah, I have a seed collection, but I'm not.
Still awesome for having 5 different variations.
Seed guy, and I want to run something where I know I'm going to get it.
Yeah,
and not have a half a pound of some bunk.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, it's kind of right now. I am still doing like that, growing for a couple different people that I know that have reached out that have just constantly been the same people. If you notice, it's always the same kind of genetics. But finding kind of the right ones before I kind of wean it down to what I want to start carrying forward. So I kind of get a feel for what's the plant can do or express in different directions.
Yeah. I never try to make a final decision on a first run.
Yeah. But I don't even know what the priority is out there. And plus, also my past unfortunate drug problems, I have damage to my nose and my taste receptors. So there's certain things that I don't pick up. So I need to figure out the ones that I can pick up before it's kind of like, okay, this is the direction I want to go.
Yeah, I mean that's also a good barometer for like if something's worth staying. Like if it pulls through in your situation, like you can taste it and smell it. It's like, okay, I'll keep you.
Because the problem, like sometimes they're like, oh, some people are like, it smells sweet, it smells awesome, this one tastes awesome. I'm like, I wish I didn't do that past stuff because I could be able to enjoy that now. Like, I know there's certain tastes that are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot came back. A lot came back in the 6 years, but some of the stuff I honestly is not the same as it was before.
They don't hit you the same, or they don't have the same.
I just don't have certain taste receptors because of the damage I've done from the ass, but from like the acidity of that certain drugs in that part of the light, right? Right. That's why I only lean to certain kind of terpenes and flavonoids because I can actually pick them up.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we grow out of things as well. Like,
yeah,
I rag on Blue Dream, but I mean, I remember when it first came out, I was like, I love Blue Dream, it's my favorite.
Yeah,
and I went crazy for it. Had to get the cut, had to grow it, and I mean, like I still like OG Kush, but like I don't have the same lifestyle like smoking OG Kush all day long now when you got to go to work. It doesn't help.
Yeah, for me.
So I found myself like hating on Jack Herrera for a long time, and then I got a little and I smoked it before work, and it was like the most magical day ever. It was so functional. I was like, oh man, I mean, I don't like the taste of Jack, but damn, the high was wonderful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of the things I do before. And I make sure I don't do it right before work because I do work with like ladders and saws, and sometimes certain things can hit you weird in a different way one day when they don't do it the day before. So it's like I'll wake up and have a joint at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I don't really walk on the job until 10.
Right.
But it helps kind of gets my mind good for the day. But then after I'm done, I actually have one pre-rolled in my lunch bag for when I'm done work.
Do you have to travel a distance?
Yeah, I'm like on my van, right? So I have to go pick up what we're putting in, and then go to the job and put it in, right? So,
But are you like a 40-minute drive away from your house?
no, I have my vehicle up front, and it's a 5-minute drive away from where I pick up the either the units or the windows to install, and then I drive out anywhere from the town, depending on where the job is. Right?
Yeah.
It's always a different place because it's more residential, so it's like one day, or half a day, basically, depending on where you go.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's not like my buddy did railroad work in Oregon when we were out there. And they would like drive to Idaho on Monday and then back from Idaho on Friday. And it's like 13 hours in the car after a 50-hour work week.
Yeah,
dude, that sucks.
That's rough. The worst thing I've ever had to do was you wake up early in the morning because it's already been the vehicle was already kind of pre-packed and ready to go, and the guy that I worked for would pick me up, and then we would drive up island, like halfway up the island, and then we would do jobs down the island, but we would get paid the entire time that we would do it. But it would be like you'd only really be working for like hour and a half here, hour and a half here, but then you drive all the way down the island, then he's paying you for 17 hours.
Right, exactly. He got paid 13, 26 hours or whatever it was.
Yeah.
At $45 an hour to sleep in the truck while the boss drove.
There was a couple of times I napped in between the longer. Yeah, you had that hour and a half in between the next job, and you're like, okay, it's like I'm gonna have. No, I wouldn't want to do that all the time now, though, because like I like what I do now.
Yeah, just screw that. You went from riding all the time to having a bunch of money to then not being able to ride because he was freaking working all the time. Damn it. Mouthpiece popped out.
Well, now I'm in that situation where the way that I work, we work until the job's done, and then I have another portion of the day to go do stuff and do either garden work if I wanted to do it, or do freeze drying of stuff if I wanted to do it for whatever else I want. Right? Like it gives me the opportunity and still get paid for getting the other stuff done already.
I do. You want to turn that down a little bit?
You have a good 420?
Yeah, I was pretty mellow.
Yeah.
Didn't do too much. Ate with some family.
Exactly. It was more easier than it was 420 when you have kids around. And anybody's welcome to come up and show the girls, by the way.
Get up here.
But yeah, no, it's just it felt more like Easter than 420 because it was when you have kids, like it's like That's why I didn't go to Vancouver this year. I probably would have gone to Vancouver if it was on a different day.
You got? Do you celebrate like they have like Victory Day or whatever? Is that, or you guys used to have a 420 celebration like in the park?
Yeah. They do it big over in Vancouver. I only had never did it
That's
last.
what it was, right? It was Cannabis Day,
Yeah, well, yeah, it's for right.
and that's on 420.
Yeah, they celebrate 420 in Vancouver. They've been doing it for a long time down at Sunset Beach. I've never been to that one per se because they didn't do it last year when I was there. But I've only ever been in Vancouver for 420. It's the whole city goes.
Yeah, the movie The Union. Are you familiar?
No, I don't
No?
watch movies. I don't watch movies. That is why.
Oh, everybody should check out the documentary The Union, and it's
Yeah.
about the cannabis union.
Okay.
It was really about the industry. Dr. Grinspoon, before he died, was in it. I mean, this was like late 2000s it came out, so it's pretty old.
Yeah.
But they just explain like the whole industry, and they go up to BC, and they go to this location on top of a mountain, and it's like 13 train cars buried underground, and they had like 18 wheelers of diesel fuel getting put up there, and it was still intact but all cut down. They like left the soil, they took the lights, they cut everything. There was still chains hanging, and so they went down. It was 2 train cars long, and then like 12 whatever, 6 deep and 2, and it was an incredible, you know, I mean, it was like multi-million dollars that were coming out of it a year.
I've heard of similar stories of people burying sea cans in the forest. Right?
Yeah.
And then just running a whole bunch of stuff under that.
But in the union, they have Cannabis Day. They go up and they're like, this is crazy. Like the cops are standing across the street and they don't even care. And the Girl Scouts are selling Girl Scout cookies and like making a killing.
Yeah. There you go. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I gotta watch that. The only time I do watch movies is trimming. When it's trimming time,
Yeah.
I try to make a list of like movies that people always tell me, hey, check this out. So I'll make a list of them, and then I try to watch them as I get through the trimming.
Well, what was that? There was a few movies. Have you seen? There's what was it? Savages,
No.
where it's 2 kids from California. One's like a hippie yuppie grower, and the other friend is like the muscle. He went to Afghanistan in the war, and he came back with Kush seeds, and they test over 30%, and the cartel, the Mexican cartel, like picks up their girlfriend and says like, hey, we want you to work for us because you obviously are growing the fire. And they end up like stealing money from the cartels and like car bombing them and like taking their money for the ransom money. And
I could believe it. It's even though it's a plan, it was still illegal up until a lot of that time, right? It's fucking still.
well, this was a Hollywood movie. This wasn't like a documentary.
I know, but in somewhat real life, there are people, not to maybe some of the extremes that Hollywood would do, but
Oh yeah,
it happened around it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe I'll check that out. It's a couple movies I'll check out right there.
And then there was one, Green is Gold. I think everybody should check that one out. That's like a really passionate, it's kind of corny, but they used real weed in it. And it's based in Humboldt. They actually grow plants, and really good. Really, it was like a depiction from a grower of the life of a grower. And this younger kid, his dad gets put in jail, his mom's dead, and the older brother He's like, all right, well, I guess I'll watch my brother. And so he takes him up from like LA to Humboldt, and the kid starts like creeping around, looking out the window, when the brother goes into the garage and like sees the yellow HPS light as he like brings a bag of soil in and then shuts the door. And then like a few days later ends up going in there when he's in there, and he's like, what is this? And the brother's like, well, it's just sour diesel. This is a grow, we're growing plants. And he's like, well, how much is it worth? Where does it go? How can we not grow an OG Kush? And he's like, dude, all this goes, it's what the buddy wants. It's all going to New York. And so they like get in the car at the end of the season, the outdoor season, and they pack up the car with pounds, and they're driving down the mountain and get to this house in LA, and they're like making a big sale, and the cops are outside, and like a crazy commotion happens, and they got Pelican cases with weed, and the cops come, and they're like, what's in the cases? And they're just like, dude, it's weed, like it's all medical. And it just like brings you through this like sketchy like moments of like anybody who's been in the industry, like having to traffic and so Green is Gold. That's a really good one. I highly suggest.
I remember getting pulled over when I was 17 on the side of the road and handcuffed me right away because I was fucking being watched.
Yeah.
Handcuffed. They pull it out, put it on top of the car. I'm like,
yep.
And this was in 05, so it wasn't legal.
No. I think that's when my girl got busted in about 05 as well. We had a QP broken out into eighths, and like a hand scale where you'd like clip the bag on, and it would like swing like a eighth. I forget what they call those.
I can't remember either, man. But no, that's older. That's an older one.
Yeah, it was from like my buddy's uncle, who's was like 50 at the time.
Yeah.
He would be like, you want an eighth? And he'd stick some nugs in and hang the bag off it. You're like, is this accurate? Like, really?
That's so funny. Yeah, no, that's yeah, I know. Me and the person that I was dealing with, he got roasted, and of course at the time he was 19 and I was 17, so he thought that snitching on me he would get away with it, and fucking I was a kid. I'm like, what? Why would you even do it? Like,
right?
Why would you even just take it? You're the one who got busted.
No, because now both of you are going.
Yeah, you're a fucking asshole.
Right?
I just
save one.
But I was 17, so I got 100 hours community service. They took my privilege away to drive my vehicle for 6 months, and then I got that taken down in 3 months.
I love how they say that, like,
because I was driving around. They're like, and then they took away my right to have a cell phone. They wanted to take my right to have a cell phone. And I tried.
How is that anything? Oh, because they were only being used for trafficking, really.
Yeah.
In their eyes.
In 2005. All right, but it's just like that was my stipulations, and then of course couldn't have a firearm for 2 years. I had to abstain from drugs and alcohol for the duration of the probation.
Yeah,
I think that was my conditions. That was I never really got arrested or anything.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Community service.
Well, and then they're like here, and then for the community service, they're like, you have two options. You can do 100 hours at this place, which would be 100 hours.
Right.
Or you could do a 100-hour work job that's worth 100 hours. But if you work hard at it, then you can get it done a little faster. And at the time, it was
no pay.
No, it was community service.
Well, yeah, right.
So I had to do it, but it was no pay, but it was community service, and it was just basically clearing out like a trail and like cleaning out the sides of all the like overgrown grass and trail. And like at the time,
Yeah.
I did a lot of that kind of stuff. Anyways, I was like,
I mean, that must be a West Coast thing.
yeah. I was
Because
like,
I offered that same kind of deal to my friend who got busted when we were in Oregon.
really?
And they were like, you can do community service, or you can get in the sheriff van with all these convicts, and you can go and do like cleanup highway, side of the highway for your service hours.
Yeah.
And he chose it instead of going on probation. And he was like, dude, it was the worst thing I ever did. He's like, in that van, they were like sniffing heroin and like meth lines in the back with the sheriff driving.
Oh, that's not right.
He's like, these people were so screwed up.
Yeah. No, with mine, at least I was able to go there at my own time. I had to be actually, but had to be on my own time. I had to be pre-talked about with my probation officer because I was like, can I use my vehicle for this? Because I had my vehicle, but I had to ask permission. So anywhere I went, I had to have a written script saying that he's allowed to use it for this and this during this period. So I had to like organize the time. But that 100-hour job, I was done in 10. The whole project, I was like, I showed him. He's like, okay. He signed it off. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah. I had community service one time, and I did it at the library. And I would do like 4 hours, and she would sign off 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you don't want to be here, kid. You're 16. Like, go ride your bike.
Yeah, no, it's because what they gave me was like predetermined to be exactly what 100 hours was worth. But because I was just used to working I still do it. I still bust my ass, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, I'll take that one because I know that 100 actual hours is gonna fucking suck.
Dude. Yeah, that's...
I do the same thing at work. Like, we get the job done decent, right? So we busted it at work. It normally should take 5 hours to do. We're done in 2.5. My boss is like, well, you're just getting paid for it.
Well, that's how you make money.
Yeah, anyway.
You quote a job, it's going to take this many hours, and then you get it done in half that and take home the money and go start another job. Chillin', moon. Run the light.
Yeah, it was.
I saw, what was that? Not Gomes. Old man was up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cheers, guys.
I did this strip on my, I did show it on Levels as live, but I'll show it here too.
Leaf strip.
Yep.
So, you know, all the regular homies like Carl and Levels, like, they have this like real strict, and then anyone who kind of jumped on that bandwagon of like strict pruning at a strict time, and like stating that if you don't do it at a certain time, then you do a little leaf strip here, a little there, or if you strip before flower, they have this like notion that it's like stressful for the plant, and that you have to do it at this day, and you have to do it at 21 or 28 or whenever. And like, I just want to let people know, like, plants don't function like that. Like, you can do crazy shit that matches your lifestyle and your schedule, and the plant will work with you. Hold on.
Just I wouldn't do too much too often. That would be my suggestion. If you take leaves off on a Saturday, they'll be stripping again on a Wednesday. Give it that time. Yeah, he's right. Make it work for your schedule. The main reason why I do my strip on day 21 is just because that's the Saturday and I work all week. It just works my schedule. Is that, that's kind of the point that you're making there, or just if it works, it works?
Yeah, when you have the time, do it.
My
Like,
day 21 is always day 21 because that's my Saturday. That's my next day when I'm not working.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, what I was saying when you were speaking to your daughter, it's with the strip. I would always say one of the most important things to do is if you do something so like a strip, don't do it again like 4 or 5 days. Give it the fucking time because that's the stress that you don't want on the plant. That's the
yeah.
stress.
Yeah, and there shouldn't be a need to strip and then 2 days later strip. Like,
Yes,
if you've got the
stress.
material off, it's not going to grow back that fast.
Yeah.
But like people get weird with herb, and I suggest like go get some books on bonsai because there's no rigid rules. Like you read a bonsai book and it's just about training your plant and pruning your plant, and they do crazy things that you would think if you didn't know better. Like they're pruning their roots when they're pruning their plant, or they want to like keep it in a small pot. They'll rip it out. They'll get all the soil off it, and then they'll prune the roots. And like plants are pretty amazing. But yeah, I mean, there's a general time, and like weed is different. Like when you're setting nugs, you want to get in there and get those sites out that aren't going to produce or be sucker branches. So, you know, I just find it funny when people get so like passionate where they say like you have to do it here, or you're not, you're missing your window or whatever. Like just do it whenever you can. Do what you can. And I'm not ragging on it. It was one thing that like I kept thinking about. That like everybody's like, listening like so intently, like, oh my God, if I miss this window, if I mess this up, like I'm gonna hurt my plant. Like I don't think it's that way. And I don't give my plants like any time. When I strip them down, I stem them all the way up to 3 little leaves on all the branches, and then I immediately flip into flower. And so I've never seen like a detriment to the plant growth or.
Yeah, you do the strip and flip the same day, right? Like that. Yeah. I actually did that. Not quite crazy, like a lot of people do when they're confident with it. But I did a bit of that with the ice cream marker this time because I wanted to try it out. So I took off all the major ones besides like the top, maybe 4 leaves besides the big ones. Like they're. So I did, and I've noticed the plant is liking it. I've noticed a lot. It's doing well, but it's too early for me to tell. It's only my first time trying it, but that is something I have tried this time, and the first time I tried it, because people like you have talked about it, and other people.
Yeah, so I kind of like equate it to you're getting the same result as mainlining.
Yeah.
Without the 6-month veg of mainlining a plant. Like I let the plant go. Like this time I didn't even top my plant. I just tied the main over and let her come back up with everything else, like maybe a week or whatever before flower. So then I had like a canopy of tops. Most of the time I would top my plant and then keep topping it and topping it and topping it so it was a bush. And then you strip down all the branches that aren't like going to make a nice mane. And so there's no little suckers. So you've taken it stem to stem all the way up to the frillies. And then everything that comes off of that is going to shoot and start growing symmetrically off of those tops. And so you don't get like a branch coming up from the bottom that wasn't already at that canopy. And so all the energy goes to those main stems that you've made. And then from there, you probably have 10, 12, 18 little tops, and then everything shoots off of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it always looks like a plant that was mainlined.
That's exactly what I noticed. It's before, because it was having a rough time, which is how much was going on with it. And as soon as I took them off and then flipped it, it's just like.
Yeah.
From the whole thing, it looks so. It's very happy too the whole way. So I'm like, So that's what I noticed so far. But like I said, it's my first time doing it that way. So I don't have much to say on the matter until I run it.
Yeah.
See what happens, I do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it changed the whole, like my whole growing style. When I watched my buddy do it in Oregon, I was like, dude, I think you killed your plants. Like this isn't good. And he was like, nah, man, it's going to be good. Like you've seen my grow. And then I got to the point where I said, hey, like I'll prune the plants up in my garden. And then can you come over and check and see if I'm going up as far as you? Because, when you don't do something, you're uncomfortable. That first time is always like, I don't know. I might be taking too much off. And then as they stretch, you keep kind of like bottom pruning, like the little shoots that want to sucker and kind of fill up the gaps. Like I want the gaps to be filled with tops to shoot off. And not
I lollipopped at the same time that when I took those leaves off, I lollipopped up to a line that I thought was appropriate before later on.
But and I mean, I say people's like levels, like I mentioned him by name, like he's doing the schwas and he's doing his thing, and he's got a nice room of nugs, and he's afraid of mold and whatever and overlapping leaf, and you do what you do. So nothing against him, he pulls it off, and I just think levels, you're pushing people a little too hard to be so rigid. Like I like that you're telling people prune, you're going to get a better harvest. Absolutely.
But that's something that's really worked well for levels. So I understand how that's a thing. That's a thing that he likes to chat about because it's really improved his garden huge. I remember him when he was starting out. Remember with the whole group. A few years ago, and where he is now. Like it's done huge things for him. He's done really well.
I've been seeing a lot of people doing the sea of green with one plant. Just keep tucking the arms down. Very small. Will it affect the bud? Sea of green. I don't think the terminology matches the system. Like sea of green is referring to maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I always thought it was a bunch of plants just flowered fast.
Yeah, what I think of a sea of green. If you have a 2x4, you probably have about 24 plants, not 2x4. You just cut them, the clones, you have them rooted. The minute they're rooted, you're flipping them, and you're growing one single giant cola off of each one of those 24 plants.
18-inch cola, and it's just every plant's a cola. And so I wouldn't consider one plant pruned up a sea of green.
It would be more of that's more of a screen of green, regardless if you have the screen or not. Then it's just an LST'd out plant that's been
right. You filled your canopy. I mean, you did what you were supposed to do.
But it wouldn't.
But for terminology,
what do you say? What does Herb said?
I genuinely weave the plant.
That kind of makes sense.
Put a second. I mean, weaving is like if you really have height restrictions.
Yeah, he's just saying he's not weaving probably doesn't. He's not using a net, and he's not weaving through a screen. So it wouldn't be a scrog per se. It's not the scrog would be the screen of green. But I can see where Herb nerd was coming from on that. But no, definitely the C is multiple plants that are barely veg, if any, like flipped and gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think like cannabis growers want to like reinvent the agricultural wheel and name things, all these new terms, and really it's just plant pruning and plant training.
It's like talking's only called talking in the cannabis industry. It's called pinching everywhere else.
Yeah, and nowhere else do they call them clones either.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like cuttings. You had you took like school for ag.
No, I never took agriculture. I just went straight. I just did bug bees. I did bug bees and Harley Smith's program. But bug bees had a lot of stuff on like botany and whatnot.
Yeah. When you listen to him talk, he likes to bring the terminology from big ag.
Yeah. He's that course had a lot more of that, whereas Harley's was much more precise, like the nutrient part of it.
Yeah. Oh, this is the house of learned doctors. Man, I love that Step Brothers movie. That is just a classic.
You're awesome, Nathan. Thank you. Thanks for saying that, brother. So it's always awesome. It's what it's about. It's like seeing people improve in their garden and having other people overcome the things. That's why I noticed things that helped me out that were really holding me back. So I tried to pass that along. That's why I do this.
Yeah, it should be free. It should be quality information. Because sadly, there is bad information out there.
Yeah. I'd say the only time my channel really kind of went a little bit weird there is when I cared more about what certain sponsors wanted me to say instead of my actual video content that I focused on all the other years. So that's why I'm happy to be where I am now. Back to where I was.
Yeah.
I got I have there's 3 seed to harvest videos I'm working on right now. I'm about to start a 4th one. So there's a bunch of seed to harvest videos coming out, which is that's why that's the stuff I like to watch too when I used to watch. The seed to harvest is right.
Yeah, I think at this point, like a seed to harvest is great information because it's usually packed with like a lot of detail. And like I just point and shoot and rarely say things anymore.
Yeah. Well, when I do that too, I also timeline the entire thing. So you're like, oh, how did he get this? Well, you can just click in my description and click, oh, there, and find it. Right?
Look at this guy, all prepped up.
That's looking off the moon water. You're all ready?
Thank you.
Yo, get some shit
no,
in there.
I only got 4 holes today, but each hole was 4 level wheelbarrows, standard wheelbarrow size. So they're quite a bit of dirt. And then I'll do 4 tomorrow and then 4 the next day, you know.
So that's an empty hole.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
So that's the same size as empty. Decent, dude.
Yeah, it's like a 60 gal.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking 55, 60. That was my guess too. Plus, then it goes into the native soil too, which I don't know. Hopefully
Heavy clay?
Something.
Right? Yeah.
No, it's like playa. No, it's like I don't know what it is. See how it's cracking? Because it's like lake bottom, and so it's not a lot of clay because it breaks. I don't know what it is. To tell you, it's alluvial flood playing.
Yes.
Alluvial flood. Yeah. So I've got like rivers through my property when it floods, so I've been damming it off to do like the Navajos. What they'll do is they'll put a dam up where the flooding is, and then they'll plant the corn there. So I'm trying to do that kind of stuff out in the backyard. But yeah, I got the pile of dirt here. I gotta do all kinds of work.
I'll tell you a story from
Yeah, this is
well, this is the guy who owns Territorial Seed Company. He's a highly reputable organic Oregon seed producer for vegetables. And he told a story about how when they were first getting their company off the ground, him and his wife they bought some property. And his wife was a self-taught herbalist. Didn't have a license at the time. And they were under the assumption, like his wife said, hey, we start planting seeds and eating off of our land, you're going to get healthier than you are now. Like that was kind of the gist, like eat your own home garden and you're going to start getting healthy. And so they started a seed company and started eating the food from their land. And he's like, I started getting like aches and pains and my teeth would get loose and like all of these health problems started to like get worse. And he's like, well, this doesn't make any sense. And so I forget the timeline of it, but he said they got the company off the ground and he would go and live in Fiji in the winter. So I'd make the seeds in the summer and then go live in Fiji. And he lived with the Fijian people and he ate the food that they were growing. And he realized that in the valley, they didn't grow. Dude, that looks phenomenal.
Nice work, Susan.
Appreciate it.
They didn't grow. They didn't live in the, they only grew in the valley. And every 4 years, they would get a superstorm. And the floodplains, like all the dams and everything, all the rivers would flood the valley. And it would lay a silt layer down. And because they're tropical, he said the amount of pesticides that were being sprayed on these crops was off the chain. Like you could see pesticide residue on the food that you were getting. And he was super concerned. But then he ate the food and his teeth started to tighten up and his eyes started getting better and his skin got better. And so all these problems that he had when he was in Oregon eating from his land all got better when he ate the Fiji food. And he realized that silt from the storm flooding the valley where they grew every 4 years put the trace minerals back into the soil and raised the fertility of their growing area. And that was like a huge revelation for him. Dude.
Yeah.
Nice bronze production and all that, all the way through.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You got the leaf.
Yeah, everything's. Yeah. It's all starting to, except for this one so far. They're all starting to purple out, like these other two.
I mean, this one looks like it's going to fade to yellow and not purple.
Yeah. This is only like day 51. Day 51.
And she's an early girl.
Yeah, we're in the 8th week. So I've got like half a res or a quarter res of the final bloom newts, and then I'm just going to run out water after that runs out.
Double.
What up, Levels?
Yeah, buddy.
What up?
Hazy, bro. I did it again, bro.
What'd you do?
I watered and then unzipped the tent, and I don't recognize what I seen. Dude, I don't know. I'm serious. It's like, I don't know what it is about those no jokes. Every time they touch fucking water, bro, I open the tent 2 days later, and it's like 4 or 5 inches of growth, fan leaves, got like the size of fucking dinner plates, like fucking insane.
Yeah.
Cheers. Good to see you, everybody. We rolling. Great job.
Mine better be that chunky.
I see that purple one for sure.
Yeah, the purple one over there, but then these are fading just from being late in flower. And that one that's got like the spears has buds. That might take a minute. I don't know.
What day of flower?
I think we're 51.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
proper.
Fucking A.
Look at that, man.
What kind of light? What wattage?
The GML Torch 730. And it's, 730 watts. It's an 8 bar.
Hell yeah! And you have it. You've cranked it the whole time.
Now they're like 800 ppfd.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get it gets way too hot if I crank it anymore.
I wouldn't think you'd be able to crush 700 and whatever watts in a 4x4.
No, This is a 5x5.
too.
Either way, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of.
And
Yeah, if you had that thing cranked up, that'd be like 1700 ppfd probably.
yeah. It's a beast.
Hell yeah!
It just hangs in here. It's just so nice. Friggin' love it.
And do you know like the Kelvin rating on it?
I did it. Well, it's on their website.
Is this your first time running the GMO?
No, I've had it for like a year and a half, 2 years.
Oh, awesome.
Year and a half, something.
To your eyes, is it like eggshell or is it more blue? Or is
There's
it
a lot
just
of blue in
red?
it. Blues, red. It's a.
Well, I mean, I'm not looking at the light. I'm looking at like the light that it throws off. Is it like a blue, white? Or
No,
is
it's like a bright freaking white.
So it's probably kind of smack dab in the middle of.
Wait, can you dial that one in though?
No, this is not one of those. But it does have like the far red and the blue, like
Sure.
the 730 nanometers. I don't know how I
Yeah.
pulled that out of my head. That's funny.
I know a lot of the lights that Thomas makes are really, you can
Yeah.
really dial them in.
And that's what they've got. This model that's like an 850 watt that's got the HPS spectrum
Yeah.
that you can do. So it's pretty interesting.
I like that. But true HPS spectrum as well.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. But then all the other stuff you can do, their controller, and it's insane.
That's going to be my next thing is upgrading to some the Spectrum
Yeah.
HPS Spectrum LEDs. I'm also going to be getting a 600 and whatever 50 watt.
Your lights are also pretty high end, being influenced.
They are, but they still act like LEDs. Like the way that the canopy and everything and the plants respond. And so I want to grow like some sour diesel and OG under like true double end.
That's true.
And the they might even be a 630 double end Gavita that a buddy has for me. $100 brand new in the box, brand new bulb. And people get all like huffy puffy about like efficiency, but they don't realize that like you can't get your efficiency back on LEDs. It's a Canon.
Blowing 30.
Nice work, right?
When your efficiency starts to drop on Spectrum and LEDs, you're still pulling that wattage out. So it's kind of like a regular HPS when you run it for 2 years. You're pulling the same watts, but you're not getting the same PPFD. The same thing happens to LEDs.
Yeah, it does. You are right. Over time, they won't, the efficiency and stuff like that does wind down. I still prefer the results underneath my HLG light. And that thing it's got to be 4 years old now that I put that thing together.
But they also had like a mildly HPS like leaning spectrum.
Yeah, I believe so.
Like when I see the HLG, or at least a lot of the old ones, they had more of a orangish yellow, white light compared.
And I had the R spec as well. I had a QB 288 R spec. That's what all the boards are.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, LEDs have come a long way.
That's a little freaky.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. You got like an army of plants in there.
Well, I don't know how it happened, but somehow 11 plants died.
Whoa.
And I have 12 cultivars, and 11 separate ones died. And the only one that didn't die was the OG Kush Purist. So I still have a good selection. I don't know what was going on. It looked like somebody came in here and pinched the fucking stock, and I'd come in and they'd be bent over. But yeah, they're doing good now. I think they're a little hungry. I got to up their feed a little bit. They're only getting maybe 300 ppm of food.
A floppy stem, I mean, that usually means some kind of root pathogen.
Well, it wasn't a floppy stem. It looked like somebody pinched it, and then it just folded in half where that pinch was. Like, so I sprayed some poison in here, and it stopped the second time I sprayed, and I haven't had it again. Like, I thought it was mice and shit, so I put a mouse trap in here, and I never got any mice. I haven't gotten any mice in the house. I don't know what the fuck, but yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
50 of
I did. But they had healthy roots. Like, I pulled the roots out, or I pulled them out, and they were all healthy. I'm not sure what was going down, but yeah, 1 gallon pots. I'll just start them in here and then plant them straight outside. You know, take the pots off.
Yeah. How many of these are going outside? Because you have how many holes out there?
Just 12. I'll just have 12 outside, and then I've got a few extra if my mom wants some, or
okay. Are you running
I'd
any
like
of the
to
extra
sell
in?
extras.
Okay.
No, it's too warm in here in my plant count, so and genetics that I can have the people in the farm, and then I can kind of see what they do outside too, you know. And then if I want to pollinate that one too, they'll let me sometimes. But yeah, they're looking good. I got some different leaf structures. I am a little bummed, but that's all right. Got my apple tree going here.
That's why you always start more than you need.
Oh yeah. I planted 3 of all the Humboldts and then 5 of all the Authentics. So I've got 2 of all the Humboldts left to pick out. And then
I was the most excited about that Purist Indica.
I got that. Yeah, I got that one right here. This one's the Purist.
Yeah.
And then this is the OG Kush. This is the OG Kush cross with the Purist in the yellow.
Oh boy.
It's funny how the light makes
And
them
then
look lighter than they are.
Yeah,
they're hungry for sure, 100%. Yeah, those are the skunk ones. Yeah. Well, I get worried, you know. I don't know. I'm new to the cocoa, but they'll snap out of it here. Next water, I'll up their feed to 2 scoops instead of 1. But yeah, that's what I got going on.
Looking good, dude. Yeah, sorry to hear about the 11, but hopefully that was it. Hopefully the rest are good.
Oh yeah. No, everything's looking good now. There's a few, like a couple Gazerpol and some bling that are just small. I don't know. They'll be good. I always do that, it's fucking trust the process, man. They fucking grow. They'll get big. They'll fill in. This is a game of patience. And I don't have much of it. It teaches it.
Yeah, I can show my 2 cents real quick.
Yeah, man.
If you seen on Sunday, the no jokes, where they were and how surprised just on the growth that they had Sunday or Saturday, but we're talking like 3 to 4 inches. Like, if anybody remembers what they look like, it's fucking night and day. You can tell because I haven't moved my light yet, and they're like right under the light. Alright, let's see. Oh, you got a fucking cool. Ready?
Yeah.
Gonna put me full screen.
Oh yeah, I was waiting until you were gonna get a face shot. As soon as you flipped it, I was gonna get it.
Yeah. Look at this though.
No, dude, that's looking awesome.
Dude,
That's
they were
well spread out.
they were like right here.
Yeah, man, that's well spread out. That's for
on Sunday. Yeah, I gotta get in here. I'll probably come in here tonight. I want to take clones.
how are those clones doing that around the middle, like on the ground?
Oh,
about those.
I forgot about those. Holy shit. They ain't getting much light now. Shit.
I remember those on the weekend.
Bro, I swear. I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have fucking forgot about those. I'm
Looking
serious. I didn't even think to even look at them. Damn. Yeah. I'm gonna come in here and take clones. That's why I'm really not too worried. I know I could flip this right now if I really wanted to. I could take that big one and put it in the front and spread it out. Put these 2 in the back, strip them and flip them. But I do want to take a bunch of clones. I want to take at least 2 to 3 clones off of each pheno, off each plant.
Amen.
But yeah, I don't like all these leaves. I got to get these leaves. It's just too much leaf on leaf. Perspiration's building up. Sweat. But yeah, this is the no jokes, man.
Yeah, man, they're looking good, dude.
Yeah, these families are huge, man. Look at these things.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Hazy, man. Thank you, Hazy. He hooked me up with the no joke.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
This is 3x3, right? Or 4?
32 by 32.
Okay.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave those out. So I know I gotta change that water.
Oops.
Ready?
Yeah, man.
This is what's today's date? The 26th.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's the 22nd, dude.
dun, dun, dun.
All right, day 9 of flower.
Oh.
Oh, dude, nice.
Bro, we
It's
still
cold.
got 10 days to go, or whatever we got. Yeah, 10
At least.
12 days, 13. We're probably gonna come in and do like a day 18 strip.
Nice.
We should have stripped I was planning on taking clones, which I did take clones, but I should have stripped them again a little bit before I flipped them. But yeah, there's so much being blocked right now. But yeah, this is it. We're still stretching too. We should. I probably should get a net up right here. Put a net.
You're on what? You said day 9?
Day 9, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can maybe bring your net down by 6 inches, but you're still gonna have some more horizontal. You're still gonna have more growth upwards.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I was thinking about bringing the net down.
Maybe
Everything's looking fucking nice though, man. Yeah, this is the pink lemonade, Matt.
oh nice.
Beautiful structure.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I have to ask D how many phenos they got, but man, I fell in love with this pheno.
Oh nice.
I mean, there was another one similar to it. Its structure was a little more I don't know how to say it, more of a cone. And these were kind of like shorter nugs. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but yeah, that's the grow, Matt.
Dude, that's looking good, dude.
No
That
joke.
one's ready to go.
Yeah, it is. I just got to take the clones. If I take clones, I'm gonna be up for fucking all night. But yeah, that's me. Cola City, or nerd. Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna have to get some clones for sure. No doubt about that. Let me close these two.
Yeah, I pretty much started. Oh, you come back.
I just gotta get
Yeah,
my.
my
That's what I got to work on. I got to work on getting that humidity down.
What's up?
I was gonna say the Jack Tripper 510 carts that I made. They got a nice grapefruit terpene thing going.
Oh, nice. That's
Fire.
awesome. And you were
Yeah,
able to
that's
make
the one. I
what?
just did it in there. What's that?
What did you make? What were you able to make it out of? Did you just regular rosin? And you just
Man.
Yeah, well, with the Jack Tripper, it was real greasy, so I just pressed the flour and used flour rosin, and then I just decarbed it in the oven for like 200 until it stopped to it'll volcano with bubbles, like it's in a vacuum chamber, but then it'll drop back down, and as soon as it drops back down, that's when I pull it out. But then you got to let it cool, and then you got to heat it back up, or else it fucking volcanoes again. I don't know how it does it. It's some type of fucking chemical reaction or something. But
yeah,
it starts at that point, and they volcanoed, and then it fucking drooped down, and then I only have half cards.
And then it stays in that liquid form.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's my next thing I'm gonna try to do.
Yeah, it's like honey oil.
Yeah. I'm gonna play around
That's what
with
it
that on
reminds
the
me
next
of.
batch of hash that I make.
I got the sous vide machine. Do like a big batch. I can do them, and that stuff turns out fire. But I just wanted to do like a individual plant, with that Jack Tripper. That Jack Tripper is so nice as like a sativa. I definitely get higher off the flower than I do the rosin. Or, I get that more anxiety-ridden high.
Well, yeah,
flower.
you're getting, depending, I don't know. At some point, you might be losing a compound, and during that process, that's how you help me with anxiety, whereas you're getting the full impact of the plant with the actual flower.
That's the entourage effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if the rosin
100%.
isn't doing it, then there's at some point it's being lost in one of the processes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's definitely, don't get me wrong, it's nice. Like, I like smoking the rosin like all day because it's a nice just up, go do something. But like to smoke a joint of it, you could go do that, but you're kind of shaking a little bit. You know what I mean? Because of the anxiety. It's weird because it's like not quite to the point to where the anxiety is bad, but it's up there to where you're like standing in line at Walmart, like, oh my God, hurry up, in your head. Yeah, I went and did a whole bunch of chores around the town the other day. I stopped at a buddy's house and smoked half a joint with him. Well, it was a whole joint, but together it was about half, but that was enough. And I was just between all the stores and everything, it was a blast.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Genetics.
Oh shoot. Meteor shower tonight if you guys got the clear skies.
I was gonna say that sounded like the oh shoot of I just left the RO on and it's overflowing somewhere.
I've done that wrong. That's why that's why when I'm filling my reservoir, because I have to like fill it up from the RO to a bucket and then carry the bucket at the other location because it's not close enough.
Oh yeah.
So I have to use the 5-gallon water jugs. And one time I used to kind of like put it down and know that I had 5 minutes to do something because I'm like the RO system works down per minute, so I'm like 5 minutes. And I started working on a plant. Yeah, exactly. I was already high, and then started working on a plant, and then I was sitting there, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Right? You totally forgot that the fucking water was running the whole time. You run just like overflowing everywhere.
They will get you every time.
So I know that's it.
Yeah,
I have flooded every single spot out.
Yeah. Yeah, everything you gotta put it all. Especially over there, there's like rugs and stuff kind of in that area. You gotta pull that up. You gotta kind of get underneath stuff.
Oh, you got to get under it.
Yeah, I don't make that mistake again on story levels.
Yeah,
but I accidentally clicked the button.
Noticed somebody went big screen. I was like,
It was you. I went to go because my lighter is right beside my mouse, and my pinky hit the button, and it was right hovered over your button for some reason.
all good, brother. It happens.
But yeah, I made sure after that one time, it was like, yeah, don't work on your plan. It's just do this. In between, you can like edit like photos or do something like that on your phone, but don't be working on the plan. Because at least I can do the phone shit right beside the water when it's actually filling it up.
I do the same thing making toast in the oven. I set the timer for 3 minutes and it's perfect. But the other day I forgot and I was smelling something burning and I'm looking at my burger and I'm like, wait a second, there's no fucking smoke. And I'm going doing my thing and it's like, oh, that fucking toast. I opened the fucking thing and it's on fire. I'm like, oh, fuck. It was past scraping for sure.
Yeah. Damn.
I forgot the timer on that one. Yeah, I was making smash burgers. turned out good.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I know it's definitely gets smoking in between cooking. You can forget things sometimes.
Oh yeah, well that Jack Tripper, my mantra for that is, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's like it makes me forget.
That's good. That's a good
I
one.
get a lot of shit done.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and that's why that's Jet River cross with which.
That's Jack Tripper cross with Lemon Skunk from Greenhouse.
Or
Nice.
Jack Career
And
Cross.
it's the Lemon Skunk Pheno. Jack Ripper
Oh, Jack the Ripper.
from
Oh, I mean,
Subcool.
it's Jack. It's got Jack in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has a lemony and a little bit of that haze spice. And that one's got the citrus or the grapefruit. It's definitely got some weird grapefruit thing going. And one's got this weird candy. One kind of tastes like DMT too. I don't know if you guys ever smoked that DMT. It's got that fucking dentist glue taste to it.
It's gonna mess you up.
It's good though. Oh yeah, it does.
I think there's like a very similar translation of like things you consume that smell very similar give you that same effect.
You know, I was thinking that because how can you having that in the plant like that? I don't know. I guess the terpenes are a trip. They just boggle my mind how much different flavors there are and effects.
Yo, and what they do, I mean, they can.
Grows. Where are these plants at, yo? Let's see these grows.
100%.
Sorry, y'all. My bad. Wesley, I didn't even interrupt you.
Oh yeah, no, we were just talking about the weed. I'm hoping that original haze, I'm gonna grow that this November when the outdoor's done. It's like
Nice, you do that
16
too.
week plus,
That's very
and in
nice.
Todd's notes he says if you get the 23 week, that's the psychedelic one.
Oh yeah, it is. True psychedelic.
But 23 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, but it's so worth it, dude. It's an experience that
I'm
like,
gonna do
only-
it. I'm gonna do it.
You gotta do it
definitely
at least
gonna do
one time.
I
in
bought
your life.
20 seeds. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna take clones just in case it's the bee's knees, because I kick myself in the butt, if you don't.
I've got a 22-week Malawi that I gotta from Ace that I need to pop. Same
nice.
thing. It's supposed to be the most psychedelic hallucinogenic plant on the planet. The Malawi, Africa.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, the one that I'm chasing, it was psychedelic. It felt like an acid high coming on, and the guy that was my manager, he used to be a grower, and he said it reminded him of Durban. So I'm hoping that maybe he said Northern Lights or Durban is what it reminded him.
I never got that off Durban.
Yeah, I didn't either, because I grew it just because I never got off that. I never got it off the Northern Lights, but the Todd McCormick Northern Lights, I'll just try to get a nice sativa pheno, hopefully. And because I can't grow the ones, I can't grow the other ones outdoors, the 16 weekers, unless I light depth.
Right, which
all
you might
summer
need
long.
to. You're there every day anyway.
Which I'd love. I know, but fucking plant count, I'd rather have 12 in my designated area than 2 or 3 in my little greenhouse.
Yeah, but I don't think depth.
I'm gonna try that one more time though. But if you're gonna, whoever's in the background here, you're coming up to show your grow. Yeah, no, you're gone.
Who was it?
I don't know, but they're gone.
Depth. I don't count depth as my legal numbers.
Sorry for all that, guys.
Hey, it happens. You were on it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was questioning the whole thing. If I don't see your, by the way, if you guys want to come up and show your grow, make sure that your name matches what's in your chat, and make sure you show your face. I'm not going to be playing around.
Yeah, no wiener pics.
Zero tolerance.
I'm not dumb. I'm stoned.
My garden's on IG at whatever time you want to throw it up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I gotta start pressing some more rosin. Oh no, never mind. I still got a couple of the quarter jars.
Yeah, I've got a few sativas going out this year, outdoor, that are supposedly early. And then I read the one wrong. It didn't say sativa, it said uplifting effects. So the squirt, it said uplifting effects when I thought it was sativa, but it's not.
Well, uplifting.
But that's okay. And I think Royal Highness too. Or not Royal Highness, Dream Queen.
This one is a video for now. 11 hours ago. 11 hours ago, right? That's the correct one?
Yeah, from this morning.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, right. 10 o'clock? Yeah, 10. Day 32.
Sounds about right. They look like they're stacking up already, but I'll push play when you're ready because it's kind of nice to have you can kind of do the talk along.
Or you don't want me to be peeling my garlic in the middle?
I like it.
Okay.
Ready?
All right, I got my look on.
There you go.
Grapefruit.
Fuck yeah, it was. Yeah.
Sour. Short, squat little thing. starting to push some nug, behind the hairs. That's the garlic breath. Smelling extremely cushy for like garlic breath, but I mean it might be kush breath. I never looked up the genetics. That's runts, which is whatever. I'll probably never run a runts ever again.
A lot of people always say it's mediocre, so.
I mean, it smells good. It's got the fuel. It's got the fruit. That's the pre-98 Super Silver Haze. Obviously, like stacking up the least. It's throwing the least resin out, like at least on its leaf.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the Forum Cookies, which just has my heart. It's stunning. It's resin railed on the fan leaves. The stack, the beauty. She's always perked up and preaching compared to like everything else.
Nice.
I just love cookies. Feeding the organics alive and a few different things. On that 25 grams per gallon of the powder. of the 0-10-2 right now. This is probably going to be the last feed. Was today of the 0-10-2, and then I'm going to go another 2 weeks with the whatever it is 0-2-10. I think is what the end bloom. They did not get very tall. They're probably less than 2 feet tall. That one's up on blocks just to keep the canopy height.
That's perfect. You got it perfect. They're awesome.
Yeah, it's got to be. I'm a freak. I'm an OCD freak.
Great. Looks great. How do you liking the feeding system that you did this time? Are you gonna tweak it at all, or have you run it again?
Yeah, I mean it's been great. Just having to fill the bottom reservoir, and I've been doing that less because I've been throwing like a gallon between the 3 twice a week under the tarp there on the top of the sips to actually like get it into the root system. I mean, there's probably a root system in the reservoir as well, but I've been keeping the bottom a lot more dry than wet.
Okay.
Like pretty much like running it like a regular soil system at this point, where I fill the reservoir with, it holds 2 gallons, but I'm only doing 3/4 of a gallon. And then the next day it'll be moist, but there'll be no water in it. And so it's like saturating the grow media, and then I'll let that dry back down for a little bit, and then I'll hit it with another 1/2 gallon, 3/4. And then I'm doing the 1 gallon between the 3 on the soil twice a week with Organics Alive, the FPF, which is the enzyme catalyst, biocatalyst. Super powerful chelator. It, it's obviously like humic and fulvic acids. So it attaches to minerals and makes them much more available right to the plant cell wall. And then the enzymes obviously free up those minerals. So it really helps the plant like stay on top of the heavy load from the lights in an organic system. So I think that's huge. And I've done only 3 feeds with the coconut water. I have been putting EM1 in the reservoir as well, which is Effective Microorganisms 1 from Terraganics. They put millions and millions of dollars into research and development. It's a bunch of bacillus, lactobacillus, non-sulfur purple bacteria, a bunch of yeast, and mostly like anaerobic stuff, like things that lack oxygen.
EM1?
Yeah, the EM1.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when you said purple photosynthetic bacteria, I was like, wait a second, that's only in a few things that I know of.
Exactly. Yeah, and that one's huge for nitrogen cycling. That's actually the bacteria that attaches to legumes. Like when they say like grow clover, because they unlock nitrogen, they have nitrogen nodules.
Yeah.
That bacteria inoculates the root and makes those nodules.
That's what's in the EM1 you said?
Nice.
Yeah, EM1.
I tried to make some out of some pond water and tadpole eggs, and I think it worked because the water turned purple, but I'm not sure. It was a hard recipe.
I've heard if you look at a lake or a pond, pretty much more than a lake, but it'll get this like green film, like in some spots. I believe that's where you can gather the purple non-sulfur. I've never done it.
Yeah, I tried it a long time ago, at least 7-8 years ago. I used to be big into making my own stuff like that. Yeah, I made 50 pounds of bokashi that year with Alan's recipe. It turned out really good. It burns the nose though. It's real stingy. I don't know what it's the acidity of it.
What is that?
What is up? Welcome
So
back.
everybody wanted to see some tomatoes.
What up, sugar high?
Hell yeah.
Still empty. Some peppers. More tomatoes. All coming along just fine.
Very nice. Nice work. This looks looking good, dude.
Hell yeah.
This one here. This one here.
Oh, Canada.
This one is the comfortably dumb.
Nice. Yeah, that one's doing good. That one's doing good. That one you started not too long ago, right?
In the trash then.
This is the next Purple Ghost candy. That one is Hulkberry. This one's Divine Madness. Working title anyway. So Laughing Buddha crossed with Sour Diesel.
Yes. The structure. It's definitely leaning towards sour diesel.
But that's all I got going on.
It's looking really good, dude. Nicely done.
He does not monocrop.
But when is you gonna start putting the vegetable stuffs on the deck? Because that's kind of what you got.
This week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Wednesday we're going to be 2 degrees below freezing overnight.
Ooh, yeah.
So probably Thursday or Friday they'll go out.
Okay.
Well, at least out to the greenhouse.
Oh yeah, and that's also having that set up gives you that option too, right? So
Yeah. Well, I can turn two tents off,
yeah.
which always helps the power bill.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering what time you start getting close to doing it around your area.
Could be this week.
Nice.
Probably be next week if I didn't have the greenhouse.
Yeah. Are there any things?
Dude, they're gonna be crazy when they get outside.
I was gonna say, in the greenhouse, so is there anything in particular you plan on growing inside them, like midsummer, like something different?
No. Once they're out of the greenhouse, I'll probably mostly disassemble it and put it away till next year.
Okay, all right, cool.
Or we'll see. Who knows? Maybe the boss has other plans.
That's cool.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
can
doing what she says out there.
yeah,
I'm the grunt labor, and she's got the plans for what flowers go where, and
yeah, man.
I'm just a planter.
That's true. You just do what you have to do. It can give you some options, right? Having that more controllable climate outside if you wanted it.
Plus, we'll see when the new gazebo comes in too. How everything looks out there.
Nice. Well, it's looking really good in your tents, dude. Are those still producing a ton of peppers like they were
Yeah, I think she took 30 off and a whole bunch that weren't ready just so she didn't have to come back this week and take them off. This is producing way too much in here.
Yeah, it's,
Too thick. They need to be spread out into the big. Well, there's some. There's some new little ones. All the orange ones are probably at the back, or I can't see them. They should go crazy out this summer.
mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe they'll hate it after living in the tent.
That's why it's a good thing you got the greenhouse. I think going from, because I, like a lot of the times when I made my deck plants, I would always start my deck plants in the tent and like just put them outside. And they always fucking had a really rough week and a half. So maybe doing the greenhouse step, you're gonna actually make it easier in the transition.
Previous years, we acclimatized them just in the window, but there was just too many this year to play around putting all these in front of a windows all over.
Yeah.
And all my shelves are busy doing things like being shelves.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I got to fill a humidifier. So I will chat with you guys later.
Looking good,
So,
dude.
thank you for sharing, brother.
Oh, still not a whole, nothing really to look at. A couple in veg, just little babies. This one will take off fairly soon, I believe. It's starting to bush right out.
I like the way you trained it. You guys have trained it really well. Like even like that, man.
It's only been topped once,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of this is more or less all I did was pull it down a little bit.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Pull it down one more time. It should be ready for flower.
Yeah, man.
Go into a much bigger pot this time.
Well, and that's the awesome thing about doing it one way and then figuring that out, right? That now going forward, you're gonna kill it this time.
Oh yeah. But it still did really good for that bucket last time. I was surprised.
Yeah, well, this is the same size bucket. I go from that solo cup to that sand pail to that sand pail, just because I'm tired of looking at black pails all the time. I got a pail with Hulk on it for Hulkberry.
They come in like brown
Nice.
and tan, and there's a bunch of. I've gotten tan bags before.
Oh, you can't beat the little cartoony guy. Rosin.
No, not until you start drilling holes into it.
But I'll chat with you guys later.
Get a little toaster
Good night, brother.
later.
That's looking awesome, dude. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, spiced up buckets are nice.
I'll be right back. I was gonna grab everything.
10-4.
Cheers, Sam. I'm glad badly. Cheers, Blaze in Arizona. Hope you had a blessed 420, brother. Hope all has been well.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I was good and medicated on 420.
Fuck yeah, I smoked a lot.
Oh, I ate a lot too. I made nacho fries and tacos.
Nice. Yeah, I got the stepson is making ribs and scalloped potatoes right now, so and he's
Nice.
timed it so when the live stream's over, it's perfect. He wanted to make
That's a
something.
score.
Like I was like, oh, why would you want it? You make it.
I can honestly say I've never made that in the 10, 12 years I've been living here. No, my mom will usually make those for like family dinners or something. She does
Yeah.
a good job.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna show my gardens, but I've already shown both Moonwater and on your live on Sunday. The only other person I haven't seen it has been Wesley and maybe some people in the chat. So I'll wait till Wes is back.
Hell yeah.
There's no point showing you guys again.
Have you smoked any of that freak show that you grew?
Not yet. What's it?
How did that come out?
It's good. I haven't. Actually, oh, it still came out as like decent buzz.
Oh yeah. Nice.
The trim job could have been a little better.
What are the terps you're getting now?
Not quite. My nose is not that good. That's the problem.
Yeah. I got the same problem. It's coming back though. Every once in a while I'll get smells that I haven't smelled in a while. It's like, all right, it's coming.
Next grow in a 4x4, I'm gonna make sure that I get more height out of it.
What does that smell like? What does it actually smell like? Like
Oh. Is this a trick question?
Yeah.
Oh, it's evil. Don't do this to me.
Because my nose isn't good.
Funky.
Like,
Yeah, she can't put something to it either. It's a really different smell. I have to wait till I smell it. And it's like I can't figure it out.
Nice, that'll be fun to smoke.
We're doing well. Yeah, it's weird. I couldn't put a nose to it. Like I couldn't put like a name to it, and she couldn't either. That's why I was like, I had to pause and be like, we're live, by the way. I kind of didn't answer. So she's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, that's perfect. I'll say that too.
Is it kind of mentholy?
It does. It's like that, but it's like, but with a herb. But it's like, because that's a weird combination. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But it does have the menthol in it, because that's what it's.
Tonic.
That was also
A menthol tonic. A menthol herbal tonic.
I'm looking forward to smoking it, but I'm giving it the 4 weeks before I try it. Like, and you know what? The other stuff, the smoke from them was really good. And also that's what the ice cream marker is too. Oh, you can come back up if you want. By the way, I think you push the wrong button.
Who was that?
Zooted.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Silver Samurai? Been a minute.
Oh, there it is. How's it going?
What up, Suited?
What's
Cheers.
up, guys? Cheers, buddy.
What up?
What's going on?
What up?
Oh, I'm trying to figure this out. My camera's
You still want to hit that
trying to
X to
switch
kick
it
you out.
around.
Press the 3 dots at the bottom.
Yeah.
Go to more at the 3 dots. Then go to settings. Scroll
Camera.
down and go to camera. Scroll down and go back.
All right.
You got it?
Back camera, triple camera.
Back camera.
I think I got it. All right. Sweet.
Hell yeah, look at that. That bitch is tall.
These got some legs. Shaved them a few weeks ago. I didn't expect them to grow this tall. These are the GG4 phones. I wanted the Josie Whales. I wanted to try these out.
GG4 stretchers.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Holy shit! Look at this one's up to the work.
Look at that.
It's looking like what's his name? His room in here. Up to the light. He comes on Level Show. Carl with a motherfucking K. That's it. I see his plants up close to the light.
Oh yeah.
When did I flip these? I think he's like 2 weeks old. I don't remember when I flipped them. When do you guys count flower time? When you see pistols or when you flip?
When I
first down?
changed it to 12-12.
Yeah. See, I did that too, but then I had more success on timing it right when I saw the pistols. But I flipped these on the 23rd of March, and I saw pistols on the 5th of April. So, depending on how you look at it. So these are 6 or 4 weeks. 6 or 4 weeks, depending on how you look at it. It's stacking nice.
I think a lot of the seed companies count that, like when they see the pistols, they'll start counting because they're fucking always way off.
I think so, yeah. I had time of like 2 weeks, so that's what I've been trying to do. I've only been growing for a couple of years. So.
Fucking killing it though, bro. What kind of light is that?
Filling them jars.
This is a Evo 6 and a 3x3. 3x3.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay,
Nice.
we got the UV bars up here. They should be kicking on. I have them come on a couple hours, a few hours a day around the cycle. They'll be coming on soon. Then over here, just get a little.
Nice.
I just popped these today. I put them in the can on 420, and I put them in the root riots tonight for Earth Day. This usually works out good. So these are the chicken and waffles from Humboldt. These have been looking
nice.
good. I've been seeing a few people growing them, so they should pop up in 2 to 4
I saw
days
them.
or so. I'm trying to get a little perpetual garden going.
Mhm.
And then over here, with this a little. Over here is lilac diesels from Ethos Genetics. RBX 3s or 2s or whatever they are. And I'm trying out this new Trader Grow. I just got first time checking this out. Plan on bringing
yeah.
this stuff.
All healthy over there.
Plan on bringing these to flower in a week or two. Been staying short. I topped them, trained them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you moving them out of that tent, or are you flowering them in that tent?
I'm sorry.
Are you flowering them in that tent, or moving them out of that tent?
I'm gonna keep them right in here.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what you mean. You're keeping it short, right?
Yeah. So I'm pretty much gonna have a perpetual garden where I use this one, where I use this little small 2x2, and I'll have I'll start up here, and then I can work them down low as they get a little bigger. And I think I'm just gonna go 2 at a time.
Okay.
That's all I really need. Maybe 2 or 3, depending on how my stash is. So, once they get a little bigger, I can bring them down here, keep the same par, and I can
Interesting.
start them off right here, and keep the same light level, keep the same environment.
Yeah.
It'll work out, and then when these are ready, I swap them in there. Then they'll have a little rotation. Still trying to figure things out, but that's the plan anyway.
Yeah. No, that's a decent way. With my perpetually grow with a 3 plant system, with a 3 flower tent and 1 veg tent, and that 1 veg tent will feed all 3 of the flower tents.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing that as well. Like a little something here. I just learned the hard way that you gotta put the pH on these autopot systems a little lower than normal.
I was gonna ask you if it was that or temps.
So I'll probably go around 5.6. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that's the fun thing about setting up a multiple system like that is joy in figuring it out. It takes a little bit once you dial it in. But the process is always fun though too.
Right. This will be my next month.
Process.
Yeah.
End of the month it should be done. End of May. Looking like the end of the May. I'm ready to smoke these for time for my birthday. So.
I'm just joking with you, man. Just picking on your accent there, brother.
I was thinking that's definitely Canadian way of saying process.
Process.
Oh, that's a process?
Yeah. Process, eh?
Right?
Yes. All right. No, dude, all jokes aside, dude, it's looking good, brother. I think I've seen you grow a bunch in my Discord, actually, huh?
Yeah, I'm in the Discord. That's how I've been.
Yeah. I knew these
spread it out
records.
to the rest of the community here. So
Fuck yeah, man.
that's how I got, found this channel, found the next channel. So I've been trying to
We're doing well,
get a little active and be more involved in the community.
Yeah.
Try to learn some things. Like I said, I've only been growing for a couple of years. My first year, I grew all autos.
Didn't we all?
And then I got a clone on Earth Day, actually. Last year, and I grew a clone that whole time. So actually, these are the first actual photo period beans I popped right here.
Nice.
I grew a clone the whole second year. Now, starting to pop beans a lot more. It's just my road I'm traveling.
I guess your priority too, especially if you can't get difference, especially in the clones that you're getting.
Yeah.
How many exhaust fans? Yeah, happy Earth Day to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All roads lead to the mountaintop.
Yeah, I like how you got your tents on that flooring too. Get it off the ground.
Yeah, I got a copper, so just spills and stuff happen. You get a little protection. But there's a carpet. for you. No matter
Is
how careful you are.
Is
It's a little.
is that a zipper on the glass?
What do you mean? It's a little 2x2x4. That's gonna be my little veg can to get my
Talking
stuff.
about the observation window. Is that a zipper or is that Velcro?
Yeah, it's a zipper.
That's good. That's a good idea.
Really? Put a zipper on the glass? Nice. That's dope.
Yeah, the
That's
new
way better
types
than
on there.
Velcro.
Are all tents come with a big window like that now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
really?
So I can still look at my plants and keep the environment in check at the same time. So.
I hate
And look for bugs.
You're in the
Right.
2x4.
Fuck
You
yeah.
don't have the Velcro
3x3,
that's gonna fall off.
Yeah, I hate the Velcro.
It falls off after like 4 runs. It's toast.
Yeah, fuck the Velcro.
These things stretch like a mother.
Yeah,
These
you
things
got
leave.
some legs there.
These-
How long was the veg?
I don't even remember. It's from clone, so I don't even remember.
Yeah, yeah. Great job, bro. I just gotta say.
Yeah, I'm just more worried about how close these are to the light. It's about it. Yeah, I definitely needed a net on here. I'm going to need a net. I'm worried about that. I'm regretting not putting a net.
Yeah, they're gonna start falling over when they bulk up.
They ain't gonna fall over far though, dude. It's already pretty stacked in there.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what I was,
Yeah.
that's not much room for the fall over there.
Right.
Well, when
I
they
guess
grow without the net, they'll grow strength in the stalk and not
Yeah.
want to fall over.
So yeah, this baby, give her the way she is.
Ooh, she is leggy.
Just 3 gallons. Can of cocoa and
It's Jungle Boy style right there.
Nice bird, man.
the healthier as you go up though. They're more greener. You can see all the red down here. Stress. Stems about
And that could have been from the past too,
yeah.
because they'll stay purple for a while.
Yeah, I'm trying a can of cocoa. I'm using a can of cocoa dupes.
I use
Some
this.
fish shit. And then I use some Power SI as my foiler spray. Some organics. Might try. Originally, I grow this. I like the General Hydro. General Hydro. I better go back to the sheep. I get good stuff. Also, I use I got the Signal. I think this silica is underrated right here. This silica gold from TPS as well.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I use. I love it.
It has it's kind of like a hybrid. It has the monosilicic plus, what the Armor C has. The one that takes a little while to break down. Maybe a combination. But we'll see how the camera does. How for the price. General.
I've never had that silica fall out of solution, and I've even mixed it out of fucking order because I forgot, and just like it was good.
Nice.
Who can me up? Everywhere.
Cheers, Zooted. Thanks for sharing, bro.
Oh, thank you, man.
This is
Your
looking awesome.
garden's looking awesome, man. Fuck yeah.
No, but yeah, they don't have the big windows now,
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I like that.
so you can see them all.
I think that's awesome, but man. To be honest, that Velcro is driving me nuts.
Yeah.
I don't even use it. I'd rather unzip.
Or the little window, and it's like, depending on what stage you're at, you gotta look way down on your
So that's
plants. You can see everything.
That's a clear window in there. Like you
Yeah.
can't put your finger through that.
And then it has a little Velcro that holds it up.
Nice.
That's plastic.
When you want to leave it open, it has a little Velcro here. When you want to shut it.
Oh, nice.
It's just like the regular door with a little zipper. And you can
That's cool. Yeah.
zip it up like that. Yeah.
I'm
Nah,
always
I like that a lot.
I'm always struggling with the fucking Velcro every time I like leave my garden. I'm like making sure that it's stuck so I'm not flapping open when I leave. That's such a better idea than using that shit. I'm happy they did that.
Yeah, mine's like a sight glass in a door, and you can just kind of peep through it and like kind of look to the right and to the left. Like, all right, nothing's dead.
I gotta go all the way back to switch the camera back on with it.
It's all good. We can end it here anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off, guys.
So,
Hey, dude,
cheers.
nice,
Thank you for showing.
Nice
Thank you.
meeting everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
nice putting a face
Have a
with
good
the
night.
name, brother. Good to officially meet you, brother. We definitely catch more of your grows.
Yeah.
All right, man. Sounds
You're always
good.
welcome to come up and show, by the way. So, thank you.
All right, we'll do. I will when I get some more to show.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Have
Later.
a blessed night,
Have a
brother.
good one. You too.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
So with that, everybody, have a great week, and we will catch you next week. Levels is live on Thursday. Don't forget that.